I actually like slapping him. I think I'm gonna keep slapping him in the face every time I see him. and then and then then you're like, hey, why you keep slapping him in the face every time you see him? They're like, oh, it feels good.
Yeah. Cause we are the ones been fighting for the right to vote. The right to vote. It's no place that seems safe. So they've been praying for the night to go.
Good morning, world. It's your host, Garnett. Welcome to Global State of Mind. You know what I mean? It's Sunday. It's fun day. It's time to get it in. Today, we got a good topic we're going to talk about. I want you guys to stay hyphy, stay with us, and remember, like, subscribe, and share. JD, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, fam. So, hello, everybody. We're on our third episode right now, right, Garnett? It's the third episode.
Yeah, and it's only getting better.
Yeah. We're going third and strong, number 3 and strong. So yeah, today we're going to be talking about parenting. Very, very deep topic we're about to get into. And to all my French listeners, comment ça va? Bienvenue, bien sûr. On est sur le Global State of Mind podcast. Sorry, I can't put that one in French because that name is just so dope. I got to give it to you original. So yeah. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Don't hesitate to share your thoughts on the subject or your opinion on anything that we might say. All right. So today we're going to start out. I would really like it for you to kick it off, Garnett, and kick it off with the question: what does it mean to be a father? You know, you being a father of 4, right, or something like that, 3 or 4.
4. First and foremost. We'll forget to introduce Big Dre.
Yeah.
On the mic.
Draco.
Cousin is here.
Big Draco is in the house.
Now, don't forget to now tell you guys, when you guys see the video, you see all those special effects and you see all those likes, subscribe, and squirrel, all that thing on the bottom. I am provided for some. He was the technical director for the show. So make sure you send up love, go to his page, like up his page, and along with the Global State of Mind page, just me I say, and share everything.
Yeah. Check out Black London store also. Don't forget, guys.
Man, I don't know. Camera come on this today. I don't know the thing already, you know. Camera off today. You see it? Come on in at the proper state right now. You see me? There, man, man. I walk one. Where the man them there? I want to chat about today, my youth.
So we're gonna talk about a big topic in the mind. We're gonna talk about parentage, you know. So I say being a parent, I say.
All right. So Garnett, father of 4. Tell me about your humble experience of being a father to your children.
Well, as far as being a parent, I don't think there's anything else in the world that is as great as that. I don't care about no love with no woman. I don't care about no love with your parents. Being a parent, that's if you want to be a parent. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to be a parent, then it's a different thing. But as a parent, it's the greatest blessing you can ever have as that child, because when my first son was born, see, I've been there for I missed one of my kids' birthdays because my baby's mom hid it from me and didn't tell me when my daughter was born. But I was there for all my other kids when they were born, you know what I mean? My son, when he was born, Joe, it felt like the sun was in the room. I don't know how to explain it. When he was born, bro.
You can tell just by the smile on your face, because
it was like I don't know, it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Special feeling.
Yeah, God creates, bro. That's what we've been told through the Bible. We've been told through society. God created the world.
Yeah.
I believe we're all gods. If you say that God created us, just like my father made me, you know what I'm saying? That means that there's a part of my father in me. We're not big G's, but if they say that God is the one that made us, then we got to have small G's in us. You know what I'm saying? That's just logical. I'm just thinking logical now. I'm not going off no facts. I'm not going off no.
No, it makes sense.
Because if a goat and another goat had a baby, they're going to have a goat, right?
Yeah.
So if God made you, then you got to be something God-like, right? You're not the big G, but you're the small G. So been given the power to create. You see what I'm saying? So when we have children, we're almost, it's the closest we can come to being godlike, because we created another life between two people. So
Mhm.
for me, I felt like, when I saw my son, I felt godlike. G. I felt like I just created a whole nother version of myself. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Whether it be the God or whether it be the Matrix, I just copied and pasted me, and it's right here in front of me. And this
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
thing is this little thing is gonna love me more than anything else in the world, as long as I do this little thing right. So
Mhm.
for me, being a father is the greatest experience I've ever had in my entire life. I would give up anything in this world to have my children 24/7.
Do you ever feel I don't know, fearful of your role as a father?
Yes, I
Yeah.
fear that every day, because I fear that I'm gonna fail. You know what I mean? Because
What's that like? Develop on that a little bit.
because it's hard, because when I was a little kid, I always told myself that I always told myself I was going to have kids, and when I had kids, I was going to be the best parent ever in the whole world. I was going to make sure that they never went through any of the stuff I went through. I was going to guard their heart, protect their lives,
Mhm.
and show them how to live life properly. So
Yeah.
as a parent now, all that hasn't been accomplished at this point in time. But my children know for a fact that I'm the best dad in the world. My children
Yeah.
think I walk on water. So for me, I fear that I won't be able to put all the tools in their bag that
Mhm.
they'll need to deal with the world once they're no longer under my wings.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear, JD, is that my kids will not be prepared for the world. My fear the most as a father is the fear that I don't prepare them for what's to come for life,
Yeah.
and that I don't create something for them that they can pass on to their kids.
That's that's a legitimate fear because it's really true. A lot of us grow up, a lot of kids grow up in the world and they're naive to what the world really holds, you know?
And parents don't prepare
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a parent tell me one time that their job was not to protect, but to make sure that their kid can have moments and create memories for their kids. That's some fuck shit, G. Your job
Mhm.
is to protect your kid first and
Real.
foremost. And in
Mhm.
protecting your child, you will create moments, but you'll create
Yeah.
moments that they won't look back and be like, oh my God, or get anxiety or remember that moment. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? So
Yeah.
my first thing as a father is protecting my kids. And from there, protecting them, everything else comes. Because if I protect them, that means that I'm looking out for them on all bases. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But JD, as you don't have kids, but do
All
you
right.
fear? Do you fear being a father?
All right.
Do you fear becoming a father?
All right. Let me get into my end, right? Because so yeah, I don't have kids. So I really couldn't tell you what it is to be a father. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
But what I could tell you based on my humble experiences in life is what it was like or what it is, because a lot of people still go through it, growing up in a broken home or
Mm,
without a father,
mm,
right? Now, it's a very sensitive topic. Let me get that. Let y'all know that from the get go. It's a very sensitive topic, but I believe it's important that the audience, have some form of awareness of the effects it can have and the effects that it actually has on a lot of people growing up uh, nowadays, in the past. It's the same thing, right?
yeah.
All right. So I lost my father at 6, right? I was 6 years old. Just a little after my sixth birthday, I lost my father, and it was he got hit from a police bike, right? Now, when I got that information, I got that information on what happened, I was only 6, so that shit didn't necessarily register to me. I didn't understand it. To tell you the truth, I really didn't understand it. Now, at the moment, I was living with my father and my family, and my mom was, abroad working and stuff like that. But I didn't really understood what really happened. That yo, my father is like he's gone. He's not coming back until I remember the day of the burial, and I saw them. You know, they started put him in the ground, and that's when it hit me like shit. Yeah, that's it. My father isn't coming back after that. You know what I mean? Remember, I was 6 years old, so it took me a minute to really understand what was going on, really understand what it meant. You know what I mean? So I knew what death was at that moment. And as I said, I was loved. I was young, but I was loved because I was surrounded by my family. They were very supportive. You know, my mom wasn't necessarily around at that point because she was working abroad. But to tell you the truth, I didn't even realize that she wasn't around at that point because I was so surrounded all the time by my family and all of that. Anyways, what came from that was number one, I developed anger, a lot of anger that translated progressively into violence. And that also translated later on in my life, I got to understood what it was into trauma. Now I'm going to talk about all those three things. Anger towards, police officers, law enforcement in general. And it's not something that I understood or could explain at the moment because I was still young and still going through this. Violence because I became a very isolated child where I didn't know how to express what I feel to others. You understand? I wasn't the type of child to argue either. So I would get in a lot of fights, and that would be my defense. And trauma because, well, as I grew, I started having fear of what would happen to me while I was on the road. I would be on the road and be like, shit, somebody could come hit me right now, you know what I mean, with a car or anything could happen. So it really traumatized me as I grew. You know what I mean? That simple experience. And so yeah, I had to really deal with these things and fight through it because when the thing is, when you grow up in certain areas, you don't necessarily have certain help, on a psychological basis. You don't get those professional help. And the reality is a lot of parents don't even know that, if this event happens, your child may need professional help from a psychologist or a counselor or something like that to even help them or get them necessary assistance that they may need. So it's a lack of knowledge, and it's not always the parents' fault because they just don't know. But it's important for you to understand these things as a parent. Now, in terms of role models, because you have to understand that as a child, especially a male child, we need role models. You understand? It's impossible to grow up as a male child and not look up to another man. It's just inexistent. You understand? Whether you do it consciously or unconsciously. If your kids are if the father of your kids isn't present and they're in the streets, you know who they're going to look up to? The niggas in the streets. You know what I mean? If the father is there, but he's not playing his role, he's going to look up to his father, yes, but you probably get a bad example. You know what I mean?
Find somebody else like a teacher or something.
Exactly. So it's important, guys, to find male figures, introduce male figures in your child's life, especially your male child, so you may get good examples of what a man should be like. And my examples,
mentors,
my role models at the time. Huh?
And if you can't find mentors for your children, find mentors too.
Exactly. Real talk. My examples at the time was my three uncles on my mom's side, right? And they had a big role on my life. And they weren't perfect human beings. They lived their life how they knew it. You know what I mean? And growing up in Jamaica is hard. And but they had a huge impact on my life and how I viewed being a man and how I viewed life in general. My first uncle, the one that I was closest to was my Uncle Bobby, Energy Kid. He's in Connecticut, by the way, right now. And shout out Energy Kid if you're watching this. And I remember, he taught me everything. He taught me how to talk to a girl. He taught me how to dress, how to stand up for myself, how to have pride, how to he taught me every single thing. You know what I mean? I, would- I remember two occasions. One occasion, I was going to a party and um, I had my mom's car, and he looked at me and he said, "Yo, when you go and dance is party, but in our slang, right? When you go and dance, always park with your back in. That way, if some shit pop off,
Mm.
you ain't gotta do a lot of shit to get out of there. Just gotta jump in the car and drive
Mm.
off. You know what I mean? You're
Mm.
ready to go.
Mm.
And until this day, if I should bring the camera right now, you'll see my car is parked the exact same way, and I'm at my house. You know what I mean? But those type of things, it sticks with you.
Mm.
It just sticks with you. Anyway,
But as a parent, for me, you know what I'm saying, I heard you say something that made me think really deep. For you, you said trauma. What was the most traumatic thing of not having that full parentage, not having your mom 24/7 or your dad 24/7? How did that
well,
traumatize you, and how did that trauma affect you as an adult?
well, when I was speaking about trauma, it wasn't necessarily in regards to um, the absence of my father. It was mostly in regards to the death, where he died. You know, being that he died in a accident. You know, what I mean, a police
Mhm.
bike hit him. When I
Well,
was on the road,
you
you
can't
know, what I
call it
mean, I was
accidental, but me not really
paranoid.
call that accidental.
Huh? Well,
But it's
it is what it is.
different time, different
Yeah,
discussion.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But
easy.
when I was on the road, for example, I would be worried, yo, I might get hit by a car. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
I would be like get scared in some stupid ass situation where, you know what I mean?
No, that's what it's trauma. So,
Exactly, it's
so,
trauma.
so
That's
not
what,
having uncle there caused that trauma. The way he died
yeah,
caused you to
exactly.
have that trauma.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it's not now it's not irrational. What you did was normal, because
Mhm,
if I was to lose my mom in the same way, you know what I'm
mhm.
saying, I would fear that happening to me too, because I know that's a factual thing. That's real. Like, that
Yeah.
can kill you.
Yeah. Even not wondering if I would even live to see his age. You know what I mean? That was
Wow.
something that really messed with my mind
And that's a
sometimes.
lot to take on as a 6-year-old, bro. As a 6-year-old, and I'm not saying like
No,
when uncle
that
died.
those thoughts came after when I
I
was
know, no,
mostly a
I know what
teenager.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. As a 6-year-old, when I know when uncle died, you were 6, but that moment in your life is stuck with you forever.
Yeah,
When you go back to that
definitely.
moment, you go back to that moment as a 6-year-old.
Hmm.
You see
And I
what I'm
have the
saying
same
too?
feelings.
Exactly, of that moment. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? And you
Mhm,
fight through that, and that's what makes you. That's what, when your time becomes to become a parent, my youth,
mhm,
you're gonna be a super dad. At first, you're gonna be overprotective, too
mhm.
much. I just in
Yeah,
your nature, or because of when life rough like that, you see
yeah,
me I say, it make you a different kind of father for a second,
for real, for real.
and then you have to, yeah, you gotta start unwind the love and
Mhm,
turn the love from protection, turn the love we have from protection to just straight understanding. Say, yo, this is the greatest joy of my life, and to
mhm.
make you a super father, my youth. I
Yeah,
promise you, uncle might not be here to see. You might not be here to see it, my youth, but I promise you, my youth, when your time coming on, my youth, and you have a child on, my youth, you're gonna make a great father, man. You see me I say? So no worries, my
because
youth.
my deepest,
Everything have a silver lining, man. You see
yeah,
me I
for
say?
real.
Real talking,
My
man.
deepest fear is what you said when it comes to having my own child. You know what I mean? Is not I fear not being able to
Yeah.
prepare them for life.
That's it, mate. The greatest thing, the Dre. Dre,
That's my deepest fear.
hold on. Dre,
No.
you want to talk about this, or you want to just keep going with 2 hours?
Yeah, that one good man.
All right.
Good man. There is it.
Right. All right, go on, JD.
Yeah, so that's my deepest fear. But
It is a
say the
big
truth.
fear, because as a father, when you become a father, JD,
Mhm.
when you become a parent, when your man or your woman, you become a parent, because so them say with one from Mars and whatever woman from Venus, whichever way them go, it's me I say that is not true. We all similar. That's why when people marry, them find them best friend, them stay together forever, and them
Yeah.
happy. But as a parent, just in my age, when you become a parent, the biggest fear is to send those when you're a good parent, because there's pieces of shit out there to as parents. When you're a good
Tell me
parent,
about it.
you see me I say the first thing you want for that prepare your children out and set them up for success in life. And to do that in my youth is hard, It's so hard, because
Know that.
You want to protect them from all the things where you feel so you're gonna harm them as a person or harm them physically, emotionally. Like as a real parent of my age, you feel like JD, you're gonna feel like that's what I say when you first have the first one, you go overboard, man, because you have overboard characteristics. Me too. Andre, we don't allow it. Don't allow we have overboard characteristics.
Yeah.
So we stay as Smith, man. You see me, I say, I
Mhm.
don't say run now with bloodline, my youth. We just have overboard characteristics. You see me, I say? So when you first get the first one, my youth, me praise that a girl. If it's a girl, she go walk around in an eggshell life. She nothing I go touch her.
Yeah.
nothing,
Yeah.
nothing I go touch her. If she get a
Hey.
scrape on her knee, you might blow up the whole planet.
Hey, for real though. For
No,
real,
man,
no
man,
joke. Believe you on that one, for real.
because of how you grew on the situation and
Yeah.
how you are as a person and who we are as a family. You see me I say?
Yeah.
And
Real.
but I promise you, because of all you say you grew up on all the mentality, you see me I say,
Yeah.
well, we never know about this, me I say, that is going to make you a better father, because then you're gonna scale back. So I take a year, I take year 2 or 3 before you get to level 1.5. Like you're not gonna get nowhere close to level 2 yet. You got this level 1, danger. You see what I'm saying? But probably like
Yeah.
year 2, year 3, you go ease up, and as you get along, yes, I realize that she's a person like you. And that's the part about being a parent. That's the biggest part about being a parent, is you have to realize that that child is a person just like you. So you treat them that way, right, Dre? You talk to the
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah,
You
man.
talk to the
I
kids like
real talk.
you talk to the kids like they just, and that's when you start building that bond, and when you start becoming like best friends with your children. That's when
Yeah.
you become your
But
best friend with your children.
Garnet, let me jump in right there, so now.
Yeah.
Let me jump in right there, so because I have an 11-year-old daughter, right? She turning 12 this year, right? And I have a son who is 2 years coming on the 25th of August, right?
Yeah.
Right. So, I have the little
Big up on my
experience.
August born street.
Yeah, you
A
don't know.
September
You
around
know
here,
that.
Lions.
You know that. No. So, me get to realize with my daughter now, you know, yeah, the little princess I come up, that the little girl thing, them kind of way, but the personality I change, you know what I mean? And she get to become her own a young lady, and it's like, yo, Jano, she get big fast. She a give a back chat, you know what I mean? And how we grew up in a Jamaica, you don't know, say, yo, 2 back chat and lick in her face. Spoon a fly behind here, them kind of way there. So, but me realize that me not have the aggressive nature that like my parents them when my daughter do certain things. It's more like, yo, I call her, I talk to her, me and my wife put her for sit down and make sure say, yo, Ray, and you know what I mean, maybe give her a warning about something. I'm the naughty corner, cause you know what I mean, we're Caribbean people. So the naughty corner thing that not really work, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You need long in a naughty corner, You get two lick in your and you go wash your foot and go bed. You know
You
what I
feel
mean?
me? And nobody no want to see you again, my youth.
Yeah, I hate that.
Don't come out of the
So,
room for the rest of the night.
yeah, so you
Yeah,
know what?
man.
It's a different parenthood, and as me being in Trinidad, it have a different perspective, a different mind state, a different look
Mindset.
upon parenthood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because how me grew up in Jamaica and how me realize that the kids over here grow up is a completely different thing, yo. In terms of what the word me I look for? Damn. We call it, my youth.
Discipline.
Culture.
Culture.
The culture
The
different.
society different.
Yeah, different, yo, different. But the kids over here more disrespectful, to be very honest with you. They're more disrespectful. You understand? And then me realize at the way the parents them grow up the kids. So, with all that said, me just try to grow up my daughter the best way. Same way with my son, you know what I mean? And just do the right thing. But the fatherhood for me is a great blessing. I love it. I love for some my kids that grow, you know what I mean? And everything that's nice. A lot of problems. My daughter do good in her school. My son just there do him own thing. Own a little man.
Yeah.
You
The thing about it, with that, my age is the daughters, My youth. I have 3 daughters, my youth. And listen, I tell you, listen. Me not
Yeah.
fear, me not
Yeah.
fear, me not fear
No.
nothing else in this world. But for one of my daughter, them to call me and say, yo, daddy, you know, say, you have to kill somebody.
Mm.
I mean, when we say kill somebody, you know that kill somebody is a whole bunch of story, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody touch her, somebody lick her,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
a man get her pregnant, our boyfriend broke her heart, somebody cut her front her in a line. You see me I say, a man no pay her back her money upon time. You see me I say, she not get a A when she's supposed to get an A upon the paper. And it's about them kind of things. You see me I say, it's me I say, you might have to kill
Yeah.
somebody for. But them the things that me fear the most, you know, my youth.
Mm.
Because daughters, you know, you see my youth for me, my daughter them feel like precious stones where we just never supposed to get married and just live them life by themselves and be happy.
Yeah.
That is
But
foolishness though.
you see
But it's
that?
never go but the fear, my being a father to the girl, me not tell her, me not fear nothing else worse than being a father to girls. My daughter can live whatever life she wants to live. You know, whatever life my child chooses to live, she can live it. I will not support her in any fuckeries though. You know, the parents be
Definitely.
like, parents be like, I support my child to any. They got me fucked up. If you doing some fuck shit, I'm not supporting you. Get the fuck out of here. Get your life right. That's what I'm gonna tell you every time. Get your life right. But if my kids is doing some right shit, I'm gonna support you. But that fear is so huge, bro. It's such a huge fear because imagine,
Hold on.
imagine you going somewhere and somebody saying, "Oh yeah, there goes her dad, that whore." Ah,
More
ah!
ask a question.
Garnet,
Garnet,
yeah,
Garnet,
go through there.
Garnet, JE, hold on, hold on. Give me a second. More
Yeah,
ask
yeah.
a question, right?
Mm,
Garnet, you made a statement there. You said
mm.
that them nah, if them want live any life them want live, them can go ahead. But you're not
Yeah,
support the fuckeries, right?
no,
All
not
right, now
ever.
I ask you something.
Mm,
When it comes to true love, right?
mm,
It's if I'm a
mm.
Ghanaian now, cause hear me out, you
Yeah,
know. When it
yeah,
comes
real
to
love,
true love,
unconditional love.
unconditional love, you
Yeah,
wouldn't you wouldn't say that you have unconditional love for your child even though they might do shit.
my youth, you want to hear something crazy? As the
Yo,
week was going along, scene, I mean, I
yeah,
think about when I say that, you know, say me that
yeah,
say me, I put up disclaimer out upon the life and say, yo, I don't think I even love anybody in this world unconditionally. I think
conditionally.
everybody I love with conditions, and I think
Uh-huh.
everybody in the world loves that way. I don't. That's why I said being. That's why I said unconditional love. If the average person was to take it on, them would go crazy. It's
Uh,
impossible, my youth. It's
all right.
impossible. That's funny
Right.
that you say that, you know. That's
Oh, but
funny
just
you say that,
want
you know, man.
yeah,
That's funny you
yeah,
say
I get
that,
it.
you know. Yeah,
Good
I
man.
get it,
response.
yes,
Good
but
comeback. Good
Yeah,
comeback, Garnet.
that's funny that you say that because no man through the week, me I think about it, no man, me that think about it through the week, me say, yo, man, you know, me love my kids, them and my mother unconditionally, you know, man, youth or nobody unconditionally. I mean, feel like me have conditions on every relationship and love when we have in my life. You
all
feel
right,
what I'm saying?
all
So
right.
yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm glad they bring that up in the jury because me that think about someone want to put a disclaimer out on the show.
You don't know the thing going over there, you know.
Yeah,
My youth,
yeah.
they are
You
listening,
see,
man.
man, so,
Look, but
that's
that's
why if
why
you
I
have
know
the
to the
third.
public. Mm.
That's why if you have the third. That's why if you have the third, it's
Yeah,
me,
man.
sir.
But you see, when me want, I just want the public just bear and just listen to it, commenting in the comment section. We know what they think. Food
Yeah.
and thoughts good, so we can elevate more on the show. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yo,
man.
wanna comment, man, like up the thing, share up the thing, and go on listen same way. You don't know what they are.
Yeah, for real talking, man. Like, go down there and make a comment because here's what we're saying. We're we're telling you that we're giving you what we think is our opinions on these
Right,
topics. But these topics also are the same topics that you go through daily. So if you comment, we form a bigger community and a bigger community that want to do things the right way. You feel what I'm saying? And if we
Hey,
form a big enough community, we can start changing shit.
Dre
Joe.
and Garnet, I have a question for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Yeah,
y'all
man.
being fathers and having both female and male children,
Mm-hmm.
do
Yeah.
y'all think that the role of the woman's role in parenting is more impactful to the female children than the
Yes,
male?
way more, way more, way more, way more, way more. No man can ever teach a female child better than their mom can how to do
Yeah.
anything
Definitely. Can't do that.
because
So
You ain't
So
never had
that
no
goes vice
period.
versa. You agree that goes. Well, you agree that goes vice versa.
Of course, same way.
Like
There's
the
no
male,
no woman can teach a boy how to be a man. You can't.
Yeah.
It's just not going to work properly because she's never going to be in positions where men are going to be in.
A woman, yes, she can teach her son how to climb the tree, and him reach upon a limb and him start cry like a regular child. What she gonna do? She done start panic already, heart a beat fast.
I
She don't
start
know.
crying. Some women. Now here's the difference. So we don't.
Hey,
Some women
some-
don't get it to know. Some women, it's not all women. There are some women out there who have the seeing capability as men. But
As man, yeah.
most the average
Yeah.
woman would probably call somebody or text somebody or start telling them,
Yeah.
please come down. Men are more gruffer.
For real.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. So we're not saying that like no woman can't raise a son properly.
Yeah,
That's not what we're saying. We're just saying that
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
harder. No, we're not saying no man can't raise a daughter
The
because
daughter, yeah.
you're going to raise a daughter. If you want to raise a daughter properly, you're going to raise her right.
Yeah.
It's just that we're saying in certain circumstances and certain things, no man or woman can impart that knowledge. Like no man can tell a daughter how to use a tampon properly. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
completely agree with you.
Never-
And honestly, I'm living proof that single parenting, whether male or female, they actually can do a great job. But
It's
eventually, a father could never take the role of a mother, and a mother
Never.
could never take the role of a father.
Never,
I
bro.
grew
Definitely.
basically. I was raised by my moms. You know what I mean, with the absence of my dad.
Mhm.
And hey, my moms did an amazing job. Trust me, and
Mhm.
multitude of levels. Take in mind, until this day, my mom, I've never ever, not even once, not even by accident, said a curse word in front of my mom.
Mhm.
The worst I ever said was probably shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
My
And the
mom
man,
have
yeah, hold on, I got it. And the man
Yeah.
still afraid to say it out loud, you know. The man still afraid. You see the man
Hey,
stutter right
He
there,
stuck
sir.
up on this shit.
Yeah, man,
Shit. The worst I ever said was
No, but
Mom,
Shit.
are you
that's what it
watching,
is.
Mom?
No. Really, what it is
Mom,
is
if you're watching,
Yeah,
I'm not
cut your
cursing,
ass, you know,
Mom.
no. I'm talking real shit right now. Really,
No, I know.
it's respect.
No,
It's simple respect
No,
because
no, we know that.
vice
G.
versa. I've never heard my mom.
Here, hold
I've
on,
never heard
now.
my mom. You know what I mean?
No, let's
Use
have a little
curse
bit.
word
Let's
in
have a
front
little bit of
any kids
controversy
either,
here.
you know what I mean?
We can have a little bit of controversy here. You said you do that out of respect. That's the reason why you do it.
Huh?
Then you said you do
Respect
that out of
and
respect.
example.
Now,
Respect
you
and
gotta
example
remember-
because
see, now,
I've never
son, here,
heard her
let me say
use it
something
in
to
front
you.
of us as her children either,
Let
you
me
know what
say
I mean?
something to you.
And
Let me
that
say
speaks
something to you.
volumes for me.
Their parents
Mhm.
who talk to their kids like they talk to other adults. The same.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, but
So when you say respect, are you saying your version of what respect is?
I said two things, respect and example.
So you're saying
Example.
your version of what respect is, then that's what you're saying. Because
you can call it like that.
some people view respect as talking to their children like they're adults when they become adults.
No,
Maybe
all
that
right,
is
look,
respecting their
the
child.
thing is, I believe in leading by example when it comes to parenting.
Mm.
You understand? I don't believe a parent can be cursing all every day, all kind of curse word, yo, fuck you, fuck your mother, whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Do you
in the
curse?
presence of the
Do you curse outside of your kids?
in the presence of their children?
What I'm saying,
and
if you had kids,
better from the children.
if you had kids, would you curse outside of when your kids weren't there?
Hell no, I would never curse in front of my children. My
No,
mom didn't raise me like that.
would you curse when your kids are not there?
Yeah, it's possible because at the end of the day, I'm a human being. It
Okay,
happens.
so-
We're having this
so-
podcast and I'm cursing
that's,
now, you know.
so that's what I'm saying to you. So it's okay for you to curse, but not curse in front of your kids. Then it's not okay at all. If you can't curse in front of your kids, you shouldn't curse at all.
Well, it depends on the situation. No, you can't say like that.
Lead by example.
Exactly.
Man. That's what
Lead
I'm
by
saying.
example.
That's what I'm saying.
You lead by example, but-
Cursing, if you're telling your kids that cursing is bad, hey, don't curse, Johnny. Cursing is bad. And then you turn around and be like, pussy wall, move from a switch. Not in front of them.
front of my kids.
Yeah, but you
Not
just
in
told
front
them
of my kids.
you just told them cursing was bad, but you wouldn't curse. So you're doing the bad thing you told them was bad. Just
Because at
not
the
in
end of
front-
the day, I'm a human and I make mistakes.
But there are humans that don't curse.
It's easier said than done. I think you know that better than anybody.
Come on, man. You sound like a
come with that
nun.
shit.
You
Don't come
got
with that
more
shit.
excuses than a nun for not having sex. G. You can't tell me that as a parent, you can't tell you're gonna say respect is that way because That's respectful. But the other parent believes that talking to their child like they talk to any other adult and giving them respect now because they're no longer a child, they're an adult, and speaking to them the same way they speak to any adult is normal. You feel what I'm saying?
Meaning, when you say speaking to other adults, because you can speak to an adult respectfully without using any curse
Exactly.
words.
But guess
I
what?
was talking strictly about curse words.
Some people don't find curse words disrespectful unless they're imparted towards that person.
Well, I guess it depends on how you want to raise your children. If you're okay with your children using curse words,
Bro,
in your
you're not
present,
seeing the box I'm putting you in right now.
Yeah, yo, JD, you
You're
have
not
to
seeing the
understand
box
regarding
I'm
it, I tell
putting you
you.
in.
Well, not have to understand. But,
Hold on,
but
Dre, hold on. I'm gonna give him the whole box right now. Now, JD, listen.
No, but-
Some people believe that talking to a person and cursing while talking to them is not disrespectful, right? Like you can
Yeah, I
talk to
get
me
that.
and me, you can say, then do you do it? Do you see talk to somebody and be like, fuck that shit, man. I don't want to do that today.
Yeah. Depends
Okay,
on who
but
I'm talking to, though.
it's not disrespectful, right?
Yeah, depending on who I'm talking to.
It's not disrespectful. So if you tell your kid that it's bad to curse, bro, you're doing something bad. So you're setting a bad example for your child. Even if your child's not there, you're doing something you told them was bad.
Oh, I get what you mean.
Yeah. So if you're going to tell your child not to curse, you should not curse either.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I completely understand what you mean. But what I'm saying, remember the example I gave you. The example I gave you is how I behave in the presence of my mother.
Yeah, but
not
I'm
in
saying
front
to
of
you,
my friends or whatever, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, but I was talking about being a parent. Being a parent and you saying that it's, you said,
yeah, but
it's, you do
how I behave in
respect.
front of my mother is due to her parenting. My mother never cursed in front of me. You know what I mean?
That you
Never,
remember.
That doesn't mean
That you remember. Say that right, because you remember as a child. You don't remember as a child. You don't remember 1 through 5. You don't remember. You remember 6 probably hard, but you don't remember 1 through 5.
As far as if you want, as far as my memory goes.
Okay.
As far as my memory goes, my mom has never said one curse word in front of me, in front of her kids, me nor my sisters.
That's dope.
And that was an example that I saw as respect, you understand? And I had to give back that respect. And I had to, you understand, follow up on that.
Is it respect? That's what I'm trying to get to. Is that respect or choice?
Both, to me. To me, it's both.
But I feel like it's choice. It's not respect at all, because you can
to me, it's both.
Because
I don't do it because I have a lot of respect for my mom and the example that she set.
I don't think respect is the word, though. I think it's choice.
I think it's both. It's just me. It's just me personally.
I don't think
you can have your own thoughts, but to me,
as a parent, here's the thing: you choose how you interact with your children. You feel what I'm saying to you? Yeah. I interact with my children as I would interact with someone as an adult. Not an adult. I don't talk to them like they're adult. I talk to them at their capacity, at their level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I interact with them, I don't treat them like they're baby. Like, oh, God, Google. I explain stuff to them. Even in punishing them, I explain stuff to them. Yeah, definitely,
of course.
You see what I'm saying to you? So it's my choice. I don't think it's a respect thing. I think you choose to talk that way to you. So it's like you can't say that, because like you're saying, if other parents choose to have conversations with their kids and they curse while they're talking, they're being disrespectful to each other.
No, because that's them. Hey, look.
So it's choice then.
Parenting
it's not respect.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I get what you're saying 100%. I get what you're saying.
Parenting, you'll never find parenting in a manual. You live and you learn.
It's by choice, right? Everybody chooses how they parent. Everybody chooses how they parent, right?
Exactly. You understand?
Okay, so I'm saying it's one choice, parent, not respect.
One parent may be okay with beating their child to teach them manners. Mm-hmm. Another parent may be use communication. There's no bad ways of going about it.
Pause.
I look at it. You know what I mean? As long as it's not abuse of
pause. Hold on. Yeah, JD, pause. Hold on. Me as a man, I like sit down and listen, you know. Listen to what you just say and listen to what Garnet say. No longer me try to explain to you something. That is a choice. You're going to use 2 people right now. But you're going to say one of them choose to do this and one of them choose to do that. Choice. That is what I try to show you, because every parent have a choice to how they interact and how they do things.
Yeah, I never said it was wrong.
But it's not
I said it's both. To me, I said it's both.
It's both for you. I get that it's both for you, but I'm trying to clarify that it's not both. It's both for you, and that is right. If you believe they're both and one and the same, that's how you decide to live your life. But I'm saying in reality, theoretically, they're not the same thing.
Choice.
It's a choice. and
No.
and respect. You say
When
you
I
do
say
it with
it's both,
respect.
mhm. When I say it's both, I mean it's
Mhm.
both a choice and
Mhm.
respect. If you don't find it disrespectful having your child curse in front of you, well,
Mhm.
that's you.
That's
It's
a
not
choice.
disrespectful
Your
in your
choice.
eyes, so
Your
it's
choice,
just
right?
not
Your
respectful.
Your
choice, right?
choice.
That's why I
Your
say it's
choice.
both a choice
Mhm.
and it's respect, because it won't be disrespectful if you have no problem with that. You understand what I'm saying?
But
Uh,
there's no disrespecting, and
uh,
if you choose that, it's
uh.
We say the same thing, cuz we
No,
really say the
I
same thing.
understand what JD are trying to say now,
We
but
me
really say the
understand what
it's
you
same
not
say.
thing.
at
Me
the
understand what you
level.
say. Me
It's at
understand what you say.
different levels though.
Man, that's something I said, JD. But I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. But here's what I'm saying. When a parent chooses to not see cursing
Mhm.
as disrespect, man, you're
Yeah.
like, I'll put it all together. Now we won. I'll put both of us concepts together. When a
Yeah.
parent chooses not to choose curse words as disrespect, I believe that parent is actually respecting their child even more. Because if they raise their child properly and
Yeah.
their child and they curse in front of their child is not going to see it as a disrespectful thing. They're going to see it as, oh, my dad's another human being. Sometimes
Yeah.
he
It's normal.
curses. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And it's vice versa. If my son were to come around me and he used to be like, oh fuck, dad, I want to be like, watch your mouth, little motherfucker.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
But
you
he's a
raising
grown
that like
man. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. I'd be like, what you see, boy? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But my daughter, I'd be like, "Oh, girl, you got a sailor mouth, girl. Watch your mouth." But you see what I'm saying? That's the thing about having girls. Girls change you all the way. Oh my! For me, I think that the best way to parent is to legitimately just want the best for your child, and that comes from love. Love is
Yeah,
the foundation for everything. You remember we
true,
said that.
definitely.
Maybe honest with you, this is my belief. Cousins, listen, this is my belief. As Maria is my honor to God. That love is the foundation for everything, my youth.
I
If you
believe so
love,
too.
if you love properly, and then everything come from it. Because me love you, if me love you, I me really truly love you properly. May I do the best thing for you and the best thing for you, even if that sometimes is doing the best thing for me, means I'm doing
Yeah.
the best thing for you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So as a parent, I believe if you truly honestly love your children, you're always going to do the best thing for them. That means you're going to protect them, you're going to raise them properly, and you're going to make sure so when they touch down upon life don't touch down upon them first. You see what I'm saying?
Real.
So
All
it's
right.
always a choice.
Here I would want us to get into right now. How do we maintain good parenting, whether a woman or a man? How do we maintain good parenting during a separation? What are
There's
your
no such
thoughts?
my youth, there's no such thing. Yeah, I talk about.
Because
If man and father not there together and at the same house, I raise the picnic together on a conscious level for the best, to love to for the best of the child. There is
yeah,
no such thing as good parenting no more.
so you no believe Garnet, say you no believe say them can co-parent
No,
that's
for
what I was
from
going to ask
a distance.
exactly.
no man. Once the
That's
child
correct.
now work, my it not gonna come out. Listen, the child is because remember at some point in time, that child is going to become their own individual.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to start making their own choices based on how they were raised or the circumstances and experiences they've had, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when that child goes to now they're separated. Now remember when you're in a household and you're in a team, we're all working together, so we're all on the same road, right? Technically.
Yeah.
Now when we separate, her mom starts a whole nother life over here, and her dad starts a whole nother life over here. Now she's in two different environments, or he's in two different environments. You feel what I'm saying to you?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna give you I'll not well no examples for me. Now this child goes over here to the mother's house, and the mother is a drunk, or they don't give a fuck, or they're strict in their discipline. You know what I'm saying? Or they're loving and caring and they're doing the right thing, and vice versa for the dad. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to these two environments and you're going back and forth, now as a child you have to behave one way at this house and one way at that house.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
almost causing that child to have split personalities because this
Yeah.
house has one rules and then this house has another rules. And
Yeah.
now I'm 8 years old. I know when I go over to dad's, I cannot run through this nigga's house or he'll kick my whole head off But at mom's house, I do what the fucks I want, or vice versa. When I'm at my dad's house,
Yeah.
he's playing his video game or he's on the phone with bitches, so he don't give two fucks. Nigga, tear shit up, go buck wild. I'm shooting out all the lights. Pew, 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 pew. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. But
Yeah.
so I don't think that, because no matter now, even because here's the thing, you can't say we both love the child and we want the best for the child, but you guys are not together. That's what I found to be hard. You know what I'm saying? Because no child gets parented properly unless the two parents are actively involved in that child's life. Even if one of the parents has, even if the parents have gotten married to another person, that's even way worse. Because now you're introducing another person's world into this child's world who's going to actively be involved in how they think and behave.
But don't you think it's all right, look, I really asked that question because I really don't know.
And
I'm
I'm really honest. I'm
indecisive when it
telling you.
comes to that question.
No,
To
no,
tell you
no.
the
Yeah.
truth.
I know. I'm
But
not. I'm really telling you what I think. This
but
is what I think.
don't you think it's better to co-parent in
Mm.
separate houses than to stay in a toxic relationship and just for the sake of parenting together,
Of
in one house?
course, you should never stay with anybody if shit's fucked up. That's the fucked up part about when people just have kids and they don't stay together. It's not the you or the her. It's the child that's punished. It's the child that suffers the most because a child will never have both parents working on the same level and seen like you guys
It's
don't
not a
understand.
stable environment,
Yeah,
basically.
no, no, it's going to be a stable environment when the child goes to one house or the other, unless both of them are unstable. Usually, there's one stable parent and one unstable parent. That's usually how it usually works. You know what I'm saying? And then the odd is when they're both stable and they both actually work on the same page for the child. You know what I'm saying? But the normal is have one good and one bad parent. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to get some interaction from our audience on this. Please comment.
Yeah.
Let me know what your thoughts are, what your experiences were. Don't hesitate to share with us. You know what I mean? Of course, we'll hit the like button and we'll always respond to your comments. Don't forget to subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dre, you want to add something, or Garnet, you want to add
What
something
you
on
mean
this?
more add it more on people share the thing, make it reach out there to other parents, to other people, tell a friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
Jamaican dudes who talking up this stuff, Talk
You know,
about
friends
how
in the comment, yeah, man.
yeah man, leave it up, man. You don't know people love you, Out here. And I got the story, the backstory behind us guys. You know what I mean? I look at insight for our life. So they can get
It'll be a
more.
special.
Yo, what go on? People, I want to tell you this. If you don't want ask you some question, and you can go over upon the Instagram page and link we up on the IG, link we up on the IG,
On the Facebook too.
on the Facebook, and interact with ask who you want to ask me. If you don't want to
Link
give
in
you
the
like,
description.
you know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Remember the fans, public, friends, family. We're trying to build a community, We're trying to build something.
Sure.
We're trying to change how everything. We're not trying to make you change how you are, but change how everything else go. Yes, myself, we can get back to a point where we're not thinking about just ourselves anymore, but we're thinking about everybody else. Now, there's a community we're trying to create. You see me? I say,
Yeah, man.
yo, that's the way another thing towards a parent, my youth is change. You fear change as a parent. The stages of your child's growth, because as your child go from 1 through 5 is pretty much the same thing. You see me? I say,
Yeah, true.
They're pretty much the same thing. Them
True.
gaga, Google. If a bad pitney them learn 2 or 3 cuss word, and I've seen those horrible parents. But you see me? I say, but 1 through 5 is pretty much the same exact thing. 5 through 10, oh, you better start raising them right, because this is when they start building their character. This is when habits start becoming formed. You feel what I'm saying to you? At 5 through 10 is when they start deciding, hey, okay, I actually like slapping him. I think I'm gonna keep slapping him in the face every time I see him. and then then you're like, hey, why you keep slapping him in the face every time you see him? They're like, oh, it feels good.
Yeah.
It's fun, huh? Dad? And now you got to be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Those are the critical ages. And then between 10 and 13, bro, and this is only for girls. It's only for girls. Between 10 and I don't know what it is, bro. Between 10 and 13, they start now. This is nowadays. Back in the day, it wasn't like this. Back in the day when we were growing up, but back in the days when we were growing up, girls stayed girls until they were like 14. Like, you know what I'm saying? They said little kids till they were like 14. Nowadays, little girls are 10 years old acting like they got a job in their own house.
Hey, real
So
talk.
you know what I'm saying? So
Real talk.
10 to 13 is deadly for a girl, bro. You gotta be on top of her. You gotta make sure that she is ready, like she's like you've raised her properly, because that age and that between that age now is when girls are starting to be introduced to social media the hardest, and they're watching grown women social media and thinking, well, I'm a girl too, so if that grown woman is doing it, I should do that too. Bro, I've seen my friends' daughters post shit that I'd kill my daughter for. I'm not playing with you. Post them, I'll kill you. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen shit and I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, that's a teenager looking like a grown person. And you don't think that there's some creep out there online looking at that? That's why parentage is such a hard thing, bro, because you've created something that you have eternal responsibility for. You made something that
never end.
It never ends, bro. I don't give a fuck what people talking about. Oh, you grown now. I'm not your parent no more. You are gonna parent for life, bro.
For real.
Yeah, it never ends, bro.
Like you see that every day until you know, today, if your parents, if you
how much you call auntie and talk to auntie? How much you call auntie and talk to auntie right now?
Oh, so much.
Come on, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
It have an African saying that says it takes a village to raise a children. That's so true, because it's not only you, it's also the environment.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
That is the biggest factor, is the environment. One of the biggest factors.
Yep. You know nowadays that can't happen again. Because if anybody lick a pitney, you go over there upon them, my youth. Brutal, where you lick me pitney for? You lick me pitney.
Not back in the day.
Not back in the day, for real.
Back in the day, I could have beat some. Back in the day, me get beat by people in my own neighborhood, my youth. And they get beat by my father.
No.
Yeah.
Because they go hard.
Like, don't tell daddy. Just don't tell daddy. Don't tell daddy, man. Come on, don't tell him.
Yo, right now, if well, them time they a little youth, I'll reach all same, no reach all 10, 11. And him dip on the corner look like he want to smoke all weed. And the big man them see him. I be lick him getting on my youth.
Come on for the road.
When him done get licking on and him reach home, I'm more licking on my youth. I be it,
No,
I tell you,
Nowadays, nobody no care.
No. Yo, you got a cigarette, son? Yeah, man, I mean, one.
If you smoke weed in front of your children, I don't do it. I don't like doing it. I've never.
Definitely not.
And it's
definitely
not. And that is the thing will come from what JD he said with the respect, with the choice and the choosing to respect.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never saw it done, so I always in my head felt like it was not something I was supposed to do. I don't curse in front of my children either, JD. Not once. I don't like cursing in front of them. I don't like doing it because I have to set an example. I have to be a role model. So just to let you know, JD. You see what I'm saying?
All right. Yo, I'm asking a question now.
Yeah.
One thing about is it differ. But that's why, all right, it's like it's parenting, but what about a child who gets everything from the parent, the best education, the best everything, see? But yet still, that same child turn out to be a gunman, or them a sell drugs, or you know what I mean, them there with the wrong crowd. Where you think about that Garnet, JD? You wanna say? Why you think that is though? Parenting or the child?
For me,
that's heavy. Go ahead, JD. Ooh. Woo.
Right. For me, you know, in life, experience is the biggest lessons.
Yeah.
And I believe that a child that goes down that road is some bad experience that he may have been through. And when I say experience, it may not, of course, if his parents is doing good by him, that means it's his personal experience. Maybe in school, maybe something that he's been keeping with. And something like that, you know what I mean? But a bad experience can lead a child down a road of chaos, basically. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's just life, especially nowadays where children is exposed to some shit that It's
The
like
adults,
crazy.
adults should be exposed to.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. And again, it's not always the parents' fault because these things goes on everywhere in schools,
it is the
everywhere,
parents'
DJ.
fault.
Huh?
It's always the parents' fault. There's no such thing as a bad kid. It's bad parents, bro.
No, I disagree with that, but let me hear what you have
Here,
to say.
so here's my thought on the whole thing. I agree with you 100%. It's the experiences. Human beings, we are easily influenced by the people we are around. At one point in time, that child is going to have two roads to choose. This is when he decides that he's either going to go the bad route or he's going to go the good route.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but before he gets to that point, if the parent don't fill their tool chest with all the tools, when that child gets to that point, they're going to be unsure about the choice to make.
Mm.
No bad kids, bad parents. That child is going to be unsure about the choice to make because he never was given the right, him or her was never given all the tools. So when they came to that point, they could say, okay, I should choose good here. Whether that be, oh, let's smoke a joint, let's go in the store and steal something. Oh, let's not go home when we're supposed to be home. Oh, let's sneak out and go to a party. You know what I'm saying? Or should I fight this guy or should I not fight these guys? You see
You
what I'm
know,
saying? These choices and these experiences, like you said, they form this. If they, choice. Choice is the biggest thing in life. In life,
yeah,
period. Choice is the biggest thing. So when this child gets here and they say, okay, you know what? I'm going to choose to become this now. It's because
Mm.
they didn't have the tools. If you pack that kid with all the tools, when they get to that point in life where they choose the bad route or the good route, they're going to more than likely choose the good route because they have all the tools. There's kids watching YouTube on YouTube with no restriction because some parents don't even know that. Some parents don't even know that YouTube has an age restriction that you can go to and set a kid page for them, and they can't watch nothing but kid shit.
yeah,
So they go on, they're watching a movie and they see you watch a movie, and dude said, I'm gonna stick my fucking dick up your ass. They go straight to the YouTube, stick dick up your ass. And then they watch a video because YouTube don't got no motherfucking filter. They're showing you the video of dude getting a dick stuck up his ass, and they got 9,000 videos of that. You see what I'm saying? So we got to do better. So come join the community, man. Let's make this thing global.
exactly.
Yeah, pun intended.
All right, so that's it for today. Once again, this was episode 3 on parenting. You were on Global State of Mind podcast with myself, JD, and my boy Garnett. And also, don't forget Big Drake.
Big Drake.
Boom, boom, boom.
Was in the building
Big
today, you know what I
Drake.
mean?
Yep. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the notification in a palm
Yeah,
tree. Turn on the notification so you can know when the next episode come out. Comment
Yeah.
down on the bottom. And if you get
Yeah.
a chance, watch the video, the whole thing. Because this part is the best part, when we close everything out and we send it away, Because guess what? We have a song that come on the new, we have a new outro come, Paul, a new song. So when you get this one, don't forget to, big up Paul. SoundCloud, go to Paul, SoundCloud, P. Smith, SoundCloud.
yeah. I think it's P. Smith and all media, SoundCloud, Instagram. Hit him up. P. Smith Music.
Yeah, you feel me? And don't forget, parent, as a parent, your job is to
Yo.
protect.
So hold on now. Which part we can go find the songs them for listen to? We can reach him on Spotify, right?
Yeah, that too.
All right.
P. Smith and all media, Spotify,
media.
SoundCloud.
I'm
everything.
original. In my original, there's
the
P. Smith.
intro and the outro to the sound, the intro and the outro, P. Smith, Cousin Smith. You don't know. Big up yourself. Yeah, man, people. You don't know where they are again, man.
Oh yeah, shout out, shout out PJ now. PJ, me look at brother, he make the image for Global State of Mind. Shout out to PJ. Thanks PJ for making the image for us, Yeah, man.
Big up yourself, PJ.
Yeah, man, because that's righteous.
Real man,
righteous.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
Big up yourself, man, J, man, aren't you?
As we leave, people, we want to tell you one big message, Remember, say, in everything you do, try to show love, It's hard, Me can't. As me I talk to them, remember, say, me I talk to them, me I do the same thing, Me I try my best to do, me I preach to them. You see me I say? So in everything you do, man, you just try to show a little bit of love in it, And I appreciate it, I'll come out good for you. You see me I say? Big up and yes, I say, God bless and everybody stay righteous. Global State of Mind out.
Out.
I just love that.
It's got to be, I'm proud of me. That's why I'm steady moving on despite the hatred. I get better every song, man. It's got to be, I'm proud of me. If you don't like it, move along, get the shaking if the bacon ain't involved, man. It's got to be, I'm proud of me. That's why I'm steady moving.